There is a single activity, free and almost effortless, that quietly rebuilds your body and your brain. No gym. No equipment. No special talent. Just one foot, placed in front of the other, every day. Walking. The most underrated thing you can do for your health, dismissed because it feels too simple. But the science is genuinely staggering. So let me walk you through exactly what happens inside you. From the very first minutes, to a week, to a month, all the way to a transformed year. Quick and honest note first. This is education, not medical advice. Talk to a doctor about your body. And stay to the end, because the famous 10,000 steps target is not what you think it is. Let's start the very moment you stand up and take your first few steps. Within seconds, your heart rate gently rises, and fresh blood begins moving faster through your body. Your muscles wake up and start pulling sugar out of your blood to use as fuel. That alone helps steady your blood sugar, which is one reason a short walk after meals is so powerful. Within minutes, more oxygen reaches your brain, and your thinking quietly sharpens. This is not a feeling you imagine. Researchers have measured it. Walking boosts creative thinking. A famous Stanford study found people generated far more creative ideas while walking than sitting. That is why so many great thinkers solve their hardest problems on long, slow walks. Within about 20 minutes, your body releases endorphins, your own natural mood lifters. Stress hormones like cortisol begin to fall, and that tight, anxious feeling starts to loosen. This is why a walk can fix a bad mood faster than almost anything else you could try. So even a single walk, today, already changed your blood sugar, your brain, and your mood. Now let's see what happens when you do it every day for a week. After several days, your body becomes noticeably better at managing blood sugar and insulin. This is a quiet, powerful step away from the path toward type 2 diabetes. Your sleep often starts to deepen, because daily movement helps regulate your body's natural clock. Better sleep then improves your mood, your focus, and your hunger signals the very next day. Your energy, strangely, goes up, not down. Gentle movement fights fatigue better than rest does. And the daily dose of endorphins begins to add up into a steadier, calmer baseline mood. Many people report that within a single week, they simply feel lighter, clearer, and less anxious. Now stretch it to a month of walking most days, and the changes go deeper into your body. Your heart, which is a muscle, grows stronger and pumps more blood with every single beat. Your resting heart rate often drops, a classic sign that your cardiovascular fitness is improving. Your blood pressure tends to ease downward, lowering the strain on your arteries and your heart. Your circulation improves everywhere, feeding your skin, your organs, and your tired muscles. If you have been walking briskly, your body steadily becomes better at burning fat for fuel. You may notice your clothes fitting differently, even without any dramatic change on the scale. Your joints, often blamed for being fragile, actually grow healthier with this gentle motion. Walking pumps fluid through your cartilage, keeping knees and hips nourished and mobile. Your legs, your core, and even your bones quietly grow stronger from the steady, low impact. So in just 1 month, your heart, blood, joints, and body composition have all shifted for the better. But the real magic appears when you zoom out to a full year of this simple daily habit. This is where walking stops being exercise and becomes something closer to medicine. Large studies link regular walking to a significantly lower risk of heart disease and stroke. The risk of type 2 diabetes drops. Blood pressure and cholesterol tend to improve over time. Research even connects regular movement to a lower risk of several common cancers. Your bones grow denser, which quietly protects you from fractures as you age. And here is the part that should make everyone stand up. Walking protects your brain. Regular walking is linked to better memory and a meaningfully lower risk of dementia. It is associated with a part of the brain, the hippocampus, staying healthier as you grow older. So you are not just adding years to your life. You are adding clear, sharp, mobile years. Across a year, daily walking quietly lowers your risk of the diseases people fear the most. Now, about that famous number everyone repeats. 10,000 steps a day. Here is the truth almost nobody knows. That number was never based on science at all. It came from a marketing campaign for a Japanese pedometer back in the 1960s. The device was called the Monpiquet, which literally translates to the 10,000 steps meter. It was a catchy slogan to sell a gadget, not a medical target handed down by researchers. And the modern science is genuinely freeing. You do not need 10,000 to get huge benefits. Large studies suggest much of the benefit appears by around 7,000 to 8,000 steps a day. For older adults, the gains can show up at even lower step counts, closer to 4,000 or 5,000. So if 10,000 feels impossible, please hear this. The biggest jump in health is from zero to some. Going from sitting all day to a short daily walk is the single most valuable step you will ever take. Perfection is not the goal. Consistency is. A small walk every day beats a marathon once a month. Before the plan, let me show you a few more benefits that almost nobody talks about. First, your mental health. Walking is one of the most studied natural treatments for low mood. Research links regular walking to a meaningfully lower risk of depression and anxiety. It is not a replacement for real care, but it is a genuine, proven lever for your mind. Second, consider the people who live the longest on Earth, in the so-called blue zones. They do not run marathons or lift heavy weights. They simply move naturally, all day long. They walk to friends, to gardens, to markets. Constant, gentle movement woven into ordinary life. Their secret is not intensity. It is that they almost never sit still for very long. Which brings us to the quiet danger of modern life. We sit for 8, 10, 12 hours a day. Researchers now warn that long, unbroken sitting harms us even if we exercise sometimes. The fix is not heroic. It is simply to stand up and walk for a few minutes, often. Scientists call the energy you burn from this everyday movement your NEAT. It stands for non-exercise activity, and across a day it can burn more than a gym session. The fidgeter, the pacer, the person who takes the stairs, quietly burns hundreds of extra calories. So you do not need a workout. You need to weave more steps into the life you already live. Third, your pace matters more than you would think, and in a fascinating way. Studies have found that people who naturally walk at a brisk pace tend to live longer. You do not have to race. But walking with a little purpose seems to multiply the benefits. A simple test. Walk at a pace where you can still talk, but you would struggle to sing. Fourth, walking gently helps your digestion, easing food through your system after you eat. And stepping outside gives your eyes a break from screens, easing the strain of close focus all day. Looking far into the distance relaxes muscles in your eyes that screens keep permanently tense. Fifth, and maybe most underrated, walking is when the mind finally untangles itself. With no screen and no demands, your brain quietly processes problems, worries, and ideas. So many people solve in 20 minutes of walking what they could not solve in hours of sitting. It is thinking time, therapy, and exercise, all folded into one free and simple act. Add all of this up, and walking starts to look less like a chore and more like a daily gift. So let me give you a simple, realistic plan to actually make this stick in your real life. First, do not start with an hour. Start with 10 minutes. Tiny enough that you cannot say no. Attach it to something you already do. A walk right after lunch or right after your morning coffee. That trick, called habit stacking, lets an old routine quietly pull the new one along. Second, walk after meals when you can. It is the single best time to steady your blood sugar. Even 10 minutes after eating has a measurable effect on how your body handles that food. Third, make it pleasant, not punishing. Bring a podcast, an audiobook, or a friend along. If the walk is something you look forward to, you will never have to force yourself to do it. And fourth, walk in nature whenever you can. Green spaces lower stress even more than streets do. Time among trees has been shown to calm the nervous system in ways concrete simply cannot. So let's bring this all together, because the takeaway is almost unbelievably simple. Walking is free, it is gentle, and it quietly improves nearly every system in your body. From the first minutes, it lifts your mood, sharpens your brain, and steadies your blood sugar. Over weeks and months, it strengthens your heart, your joints, your sleep, and your energy. And over years, it lowers your risk of the diseases that frighten us most, body and brain alike. You do not need 10,000 steps. You just need to stop sitting still and simply begin. The best part is that the very first walk, the one you could take today, already starts the changes. So here is my challenge to you. After this video ends, put your shoes on and walk for 10 minutes. Just 10. Your heart, your brain, and your future self will quietly thank you for it. Tell me in the comments where you love to walk. And subscribe for more simple science that works.